My name is Baidu Adams, for those who don't know me. I'm just a normal guy, do lots of stuff, including working in the broadcasting industry, and I have most of my life. I just want to say from the onset, I make lots of videos, hundreds, thousands. I do skits and funny stuff, and I've been everywhere else, TV, social media and stuff. But every now and then I make a serious video, and I think driving home from work today, I actually just opened my door and I thought I'm going to have to say something because it's been bothering me all day. I'm not doing this for likes and all that kind of nonsense, but I'm doing it because I need to say something, and I don't even know what I'm going to say, and I don't even know if I say it's even going to resonate with anybody, but I feel like I need to get this shit off my chest. I'm talking about the things that has been happening lately. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not been happening lately, it's been happening for the longest time. It's been happening since the beginning of time. Some of it has been hidden. Every now and then something else comes up or it happens again and it's in the news and we're all shocked and we change our profile pictures and days later we move on because we're just human beings and we need to survive and go on with our daily lives so that we can put bread on our table, etc., etc. But I've just had one of the most angriest days today, and when you're angry and you want to punch someone, it's been that kind of a day. Not because of anything that anyone close has done to me, but because of the news. And I'm talking about the abuse. I'm talking about how us men abuse, rape, maim, hurt, kill women and children. And all these news stories the last few hours, last few days, it saddens me, it hurts me, it upsets me, it angers me. And I feel that I need to say something. And whether what I'm saying is even going to make any sense, I don't know. But I have to say something about it. And coming from a male, there's no egos bruised or hurt here. And I remember at the start I was giving a talk at a hotel in Camps Bay, and one of the speakers kept on saying that, yeah, all men are trash, all men are trash, and I felt hurt. Honestly, I felt, the pain, and but hold on, that's not me, and A and B, and we are not all the same, so stop stereotyping. And as time went by, I understood what they were saying. I saw a status a few days later which said something like, if you're upset by the all men are trash hashtag, you're clearly misunderstanding the point. You're not getting the point. And that ingrained it into me more, because we are misunderstanding the point here. When women say men are trash or all men are trash, what they're trying to say is the system is screwed up. The system is screwed up where women cannot leave to go to the shop, cannot travel at night, cannot get into an Uber, cannot walk to her car from the parking lot, cannot be safe in a club, cannot be safe from a restaurant, cannot be safe in your damn house. And men are responsible for this. It might not be you, it might not be me, but men are ultimately responsible for this. We are hurting, we are maiming, we are raping, we are murdering women, children, girls. Now, I don't know if these kind of messages will get to the right people, because it could be somebody living in a poverty-stricken area, don't even have a proper house, or it could be the billionaire who has all the cash and takes advantage of his power. So it could be any one of us. Backtrack, a while ago, I met a girl. We started dating, and then before we became serious, she said to me, there's something I need to tell you. And what she told me broke my heart. She was raped. That's about all I can say. It bothered me so much that I went to a lot of my female friends and family and told them the story and asked them for advice. How do I handle this? And what happened after that blew my mind, because majority of my friends, it turned out, and family, was raped. By people they know, by family, by friends, by neighbors, by their husbands and boyfriends, or people they didn't know. That's when I realized there's a huge problem here. And although we don't talk about it all the time because it's seen as taboo, and then this manly ego, I mean, half of the people, you know, if I type something like "men are trash," they come back and they try and defend, yeah, but it's not all of us and you're generalizing. And this means you're saying that for sake, man. Come on, man. See the point here. The point is that we are the cause of women being scared to live, guys. We are the ones who are raping women. We, men, are the ones instilling fear in women. Dave Chappelle had a stand-up once, and it just put it all into context. And he was saying he did a show once, and this guy gave him $20,000, and the guy gave it to him in cash. He had to take a past 9, 1 or 2 trains to get to his, whatever they call it, to get to his destination. And he was so shit scared. He guarded this 20,000. Everybody looked like a criminal. Everybody looked like they wanted to rob him, hurt him, to steal the money, and all those kinds of things. And all he could do was think of being defensive, hiding his money, till eventually he got home safely with his cash. And he said, that feeling I felt tonight, women feel every day. Think about it. Women feel threatened by us every goddamn day. Some of us are friends, some of us are family, some they don't know, but they are threatened by us because we are a threat. It's not just because, I mean, of course you're going to get some 1 or 2 stories where a guy was falsely accused of rape, or somebody has been in prison for many times and it wasn't his fault, etc. But the majority of times, if you look at the stats, it's the men who are raping the women. It's the men who are killing the girls and raping the children and killing the children. I mean, I didn't want to talk about all these stories that I've been reading, but just to give you an example, this girl went to the bloody post office. She went to the post office. She's 19 years old. The guy told her to come back. She was raped in the post office, and then they found a body. There's a girl who lived about 1 kilometer from where I grew up in Mitchell's Plain in Hines Park. She was 14 years old. She went to a party and came back. She was raped, and they threw a concrete brick on her head. Now, my message again probably would not get the people it's supposed to reach. But I'm going to ask you, and I'm imploring you to do what I did and accept that we are at fault here. Accept that it might not be me, but it could be the people amongst us. And accept that we need to do something, whether it is to stand up and yes, it's nice to have your Facebook profile picture changed to a color or a ribbon or whatever. I respect that because you're creating awareness, but we need to go deeper than that. We need to go bigger than that because, and I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the solution is. But what I'm saying is, if you can start thinking now, if this video can put something in your head where we can go, you know what, you're right. Let's have more talks at schools. Let's protect our women. Let's light up the area where they walk. Let the security walk with them to their car. Let's find out where our women, our girls, our wives, our children are. Our moms, our grannies, our aunts. I mean, think about it. Women gave birth to us and we are the ones hurting them. I mean, forget that society is messed up and that half of this country is going through a crime mindset. The fact that men are hurting people, and whatever psychologists call it, if it's a power thing or if it's, you know, whatever it comes down to, the point is still, we as men are hurting, maiming, abusing, raping, killing women. Let that sink in. I mean, one of my friends, I had a status today, was saying she doesn't want to leave the house because it's so unsafe. She can't get into an Uber and public transport, and she locks the doors and she's become paranoid. And then I said, but these same people can come into your house and do that to you. So we're living in a society of fear, but more so, what about the women? Can we not start protecting the women more? Can we not start to come up with ideas, you know, I don't know what the answer is, but we just need to do something, because I feel like the innocent men in the world are just typing out the hashtags and shame and sharing stories. I'm one of them. I'm not doing enough, and I need to start doing something. And I think if you can start talking to other men in your groups, as your friends, as your family, have these conversations so that we can ultimately spread the word, whether it's through social media or whether it's through just friendships and family gatherings and braais, that we need to stop our shit. If someone upsets you, especially a female, if you're in a relationship and you feel like you need to, for whatever freaking reason, hit her, abuse her, step out, go and drive, go and chill, cool off, come back half an hour later. Simple as that. A lot of us grew up within a violent society. I know, I'm from the Cape Flats, I've seen it. I've seen people killed. I have seen a guy being killed by gangs. I've seen gang fights. I've seen guys fight from primary school to high school to out of school. It still happens today. You still see it. It's just the norm. It's okay to slap a woman around. Guys, it's not okay. It's not. I remember when I was younger, I used to fight with my sister a lot. And at one stage, I slapped her or I pushed her against the door. My father called me and he said, don't you ever do that again. Because if you do that to your sister now, you're going to end up abusing your wife. It stuck with me. I'm not perfect. I could still be doing something wrong if, it's out of my control. But what I'm saying is, these conversations need to happen from fathers to sons. I speak to my nephew, if I can, he's 8 years old, and I say to him, you never hit a girl. The only time you fight is when you're fighting to protect yourself against whatever is wrong. And that mentality and that mindset, I think, needs to come in, because we live in a violent society. We live in a crime-ridden society. We see all these videos every day of people being abused, hurt, killed, robberies, hijackings, and break-ins, and all those kinds of things. We are on edge all the time. And I think we're just allowing this to happen because we are not speaking up. So again, I don't know what the purpose is of this lengthy video. I'm just speaking my mind because I'm just so goddamn angry at what's been happening. And when a 13, 14, 15-year-old girl loses her life because she was raped and then killed, when a 1-month-old girl or a 3-month-old girl was raped and then killed, come on, guys, man. Come on, let's stop this, man. Anyway, just have a good evening.